Hey guys, this is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. Today we are going to be talking about some weightlifting apps. Now, I understand that a weightlifting app or a personal trainer isn't for everybody, and that's absolutely fine. But if you are somebody who is looking for a little bit of more accountability, you are looking for a little bit more guided programming, and maybe a personal trainer is just kind of out of the question because they can be pretty expensive, we have come up with a list of apps that are geared towards weightlifting, and some of them do require a lot of machines or a lot of equipment, while others are more just like body weight movements or dumbbells or kettlebells, resistance bands. I'm going to talk about 4 today, but we do have a full written article review on our website. We'll place a link below the like button if you want to check that out. Now, obviously, anybody can go on the internet, find a programming. I mean, you can go on TikTok and find a lot of good programming, although you could also find a lot of bad programming out there. The benefit to paying for something like Future, like Caliber, like Juggernaut is that there are people on the other side of it that are going to keep you accountable and have some sort of programming that you are going to talk about with your coach and then be able to follow. All right, so the first one I want to throw out there is Future. Now, a lot of us here at GGR have tested this, including Coop, who obviously is the founder of GGR, and then also Olympic weightlifter Kate, who is also a certified personal trainer. She's actually been using this for 2 years. One of the things that she really likes about this is that she came into using Future after a weightlifting injury, and not just like a minor weightlifting injury. Like, she had to have surgery and was only really able to do lower body movements, some core movements, and then a single arm movement for a very long time. So Future is essentially like having a personal coach or a personal trainer, except for it's on your smart device. So what you're going to do is when you sign up for the programming, you're going to go ahead and kind of list out what you are looking for, and then you're going to be recommended a bunch of coaches. You can kind of choose what coach you want from there. The coach and you are going to talk about your goals and then make a plan according to that. So if your goals are progressive overloading, and I do feel like this is the area that Future shines, is if you are looking for any sort of progressive overloading program, they are really good at designing that. And so you'll be able to work with your coach to create a great program. Now, one thing I love about Future is the fact that you can send them videos and they are basically on call almost 24/7. So go ahead, let your coach know, like, hey, I'm headed into the gym. I'm going to send you videos of my back squat. Go ahead and send your videos, and they're going to go ahead and check your form, give you feedback. But we have found that they respond really quickly, and I think that that's just incredibly helpful. So if you are looking for accountability, if you are looking for somebody to basically take over your programming and do a customizable programming to meet your weightlifting goals or your fitness goals, I really do think Future is a great option. Now, the one kind of downside to Future is that it is more expensive. So it is $199 a month, and there is no free trial that comes along with it, like we see with some of the other programs that we're going to talk about today. When you compare it to having a personal trainer, I mean, the cost of Future is definitely cheaper than having a daily personal trainer. I mean, daily personal trainers can charge like $50 an hour, if not more. And so you are kind of saving money from that aspect. It's just not the like one-on-one coaching in the gym like you would have with obviously an in-person coach. Now, Kate really benefited from using a coach, especially during her injury, and then continued to use a coach afterwards. She loved that they were in constant communication and that her workouts were varied so that she wasn't bored, especially since she was limited on a lot of things that she could do with one arm. And the coach just really heard her needs, was able to give her guidance, give her good programming. And so overall, we kind of give Future 5 out of 5 stars because truthfully, aside from the cost, I do think it's one of the best weightlifting apps out there. Next is one called Caliber. I've actually used Caliber before, and I found it to be incredibly fun, incredibly helpful. There are 3 different options that you can choose from. So you can go ahead and do the free version. Obviously, you're not going to have the one-on-one coaching or the community aspect along with that, but you will be able to choose a variety of different programs that you can use, and that's absolutely free. The next one is a group format class. Now, this is the one that I did. So it wasn't totally customizable, but you did have a lot of accountability from a community and a lot of accountability from a coach that worked with you. Essentially, they would go ahead and upload your lifts for the week. You would just go ahead and follow along with that programming. You can go ahead, video yourself, send it to your coach. So your coach can go ahead and call you out and say like, hey, Lindsay, I noticed that you strict press more than you did last week. Like, way to go. Or, hey, like, how are you feeling during these workouts? And you really do get a community aspect to this. Truthfully, I have tried a lot of different weightlifting apps, a lot of different apps that involve some sort of like community aspect. And I do think that Caliber does it right. I think it's one of the best communities out there. And then lastly, they have a pro version, which is more individualized one-on-one coaching. You can go ahead, send your coach weightlifting videos, do form checks, just be in constant communication so that you are getting that personal experience, kind of that one-on-one coaching aspect. So the price changes depending on what level you are going to do. The pro version costs $19 a month. And then if you want that personalized premium one-on-one coaching, it's about what Future costs at $200 a month. Now, obviously, like I said, there is that free version. However, it's not that sort of community. It's not that one-on-one coaching. Although, again, there is that extensive library of movements, of programs that you can go ahead and choose from to do on your own. So if you are a beginner weightlifter and maybe you're just looking for some sort of guidance on what to do in the gym, I think that absolutely check out the free version from Caliber first before you kind of jump in and decide maybe what you are looking for and exactly what you want. Now, one kind of call out I do have to Caliber itself is I do wish that it would integrate more with other fitness trackers. So the only one it does integrate with is Apple. I do wish it would integrate with Garmin or other ones like that, just so more people could use it. I mean, I love my Apple Watch, but I know people who love their Garmin. And so it would be really nice if it integrated with other things as well. Next is from Alo Moves. Now, we have rated this the best weightlifting app that requires minimal equipment. In fact, a lot of the classes on this are almost exclusively bodyweight movements. Now, there are some classes you can take that incorporate like dumbbells, kettlebells, some resistance bands, and you can go ahead and use that as well. But again, if you're a beginner weightlifter or maybe you are on the road a lot, you travel a lot, you don't have access to a gym full time, then something like Alo Moves could be a really good fit. Now, when you go ahead and sign up, the app is going to have you take like a questionnaire. It's going to ask you about your goals, the access to equipment, and then it's going to give you recommendations of a program based on how you answer those questions. Honestly, the workouts were really easy. They were well laid out. They were easy to follow along with, and they weren't very long. So like Future or like Caliber, you could be in the gym for like an hour, hour and a half. With Alo Moves, I would say you're in about 30 minutes per session. So again, if you're on a time crunch, that might be a better fit for you. Now, this is not a progressive overloading program like what we see that Future offers or like what we see with Caliber offers. This is a lot of varied movement. So you're changing each day, maybe full body workout or maybe a lower body focus or maybe a core focus or mobility focus. So you can kind of go through and figure out what you want to do. For that reason, I don't think it's as good as Caliber or as good as Future because I do really believe in a progressive overloading program. But again, for somebody who just needs to move, if somebody who's a beginner, somebody who travels a lot, I think Alo Moves has some of the best classes for, again, those type of people, beginners, those who travel a lot, etc. Another thing I really like about Alo Moves is it's actually on the cheaper side. So you can go ahead and sign up for their monthly cost, which is $12.99, or sign up for a year and it's only $129.99. Next, I want to talk about is HEVY. If I am saying that wrong, I'm sorry. I've actually only read about it. I've never heard it said out loud, HEVY, but they have a huge community of followers. They have over like 5 million people who use this. They have a large Instagram following, and I like a couple things about this app. One, there is a free version that you can go ahead and sign up for, and there's extensive community with this app. So if you are looking for that sort of accountability to be a part of a community, then I think that it's a really good one to look into. I think the biggest selling point to HEVY is the community aspect. So you can go ahead and post your own workouts. You can follow along with other workouts. And a lot of personal trainers actually hop on this and use it, post their workouts, and you can go ahead and follow along with what they're doing as well. They have a lot of guidance. They have a lot of inspiration for daily workouts, but it's stuff like 5x5 back squat. Now, one thing I like about that is you can go ahead and see how others lined up against you. So you can say like, okay, I did 5x5 back squat at 125 or 225. And you can go ahead and see what your friends are doing for that as well. Not only that, they have a chart, which if you know me, I love a good chart, okay? It's a line chart. It shows you your progress over time, which is something that I like to geek out about. And for being cheaper, then I think it gives you a lot of data that you can go off of. Now, I said cheaper. It is $2.99 a month, which is insane. And then they also have a monthly and then yearly option. So if you want to go ahead and do the monthly options, it's $23.99. And then if you want to do a lifetime, I said year, it's actually lifetime. It's only $74.99 for basically your entire life to have access to this app. Now, if you do want to have all of the graphs, all of the data, all of those types of pro versions, you're going to have to sign up for the pro version and not just use the free version. But I honestly think that it is well worth it. Overall, I think if you are somebody who really wants that accountability aspect, you want to just be able to meet other people, you want to be able to compare your workouts to maybe friends' workouts, and be able to have a lot of data within that, then I do think that HEVY is one of the best options. If you have a different app that you've been using, a different weightlifting app that provides a lot of accountability, a lot of great coaching, and isn't super expensive, let us know in the comments. We'd love to check it out. We'd love to test it and talk about it. This has been Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. Peace.